How you doing, guys? It's Kevin. We're back with another video on the Runaway camper. I'm just about ready to finish this thing up for now, so we can get this thing out and do a couple days out camping to see if we have everything we need. And I'm sure a couple days we ought to figure out what we need and what we don't need. So we're going to be doing, I have a porch light I'm going to be installing. I have a fuse for the battery I need to install, and somebody made a comment on one of my videos that they thought the back of the camper wasn't lit up well enough. I have an LED strip light I'm going to put on the back of the camper, and I have a few reflectors I want to put on. Later, I'm going to upgrade to the LED tail lights, which I think will be a little brighter and maybe a little more noticeable when you're going down the road. And I really think that the lights are up under there pretty far, even with that box on the back. It kind of hides everything, so I think this little strip light is going to work well on the back. And like I said, we're going to throw some reflectors on there. I just wanted to show you guys what I have left to do. It's not much, but we're going to get her done, and I'll do it on video for you to show you what I'm doing. Let me show you what I got to work with. Okay, I went in town and bought some reflectors. I'm going to stick these on my temporary chuck box back there for now. And that'll, give a little bit just in case somebody's backing up to it or whatever. We can have at least something on there. And then I got an LED strip light I'm going to mount on the back of the chuck box. It will have a plug-in on it so we can unplug it and plug it. Say we don't want the chuck box on there, we'll be able to unplug it and take this off. And then I have a porch light. I ordered a porch light. It's got a yellow light, or amber, I don't know what color that is, but anyhow, we're going to be mounting a light on the porch light. But what's going to be a little different with my porch light is you're going to be able to move the porch light around and put it different places on the camper, because I really didn't want to drill any more holes, and this doesn't have to stay on while I'm going down the road. You can roll it up and put it inside the camper. And then I have a fuse link I'm going to put on that battery. I've been worrying about that the whole time because there's no fuse link up at the battery, so I'm going to put that on the battery. So that should pretty much complete what I need to do to be able to get this thing out and do some camping. The first thing I'm going to start on right now for that porch light is I'm going to trace out this piece of wood with this light, and I'm going to cut this because I don't want to drill any more holes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some Velcro in different places on my camper so I can pull this light off, and say I want to go back in the back and cook. I'll be able to pull this light off and just take it back there. And it'll kind of be on an extension cord. So that'll make it easy for me to move this light around so we can take it place to place. Maybe on the front of the camper, the back of the camper, or whatever. So we're going to work on that piece of wood. What I'm going to do is go ahead and cut this out and get it sanded down real well, because we want this mounted on that piece of wood. So I'm going to go ahead and get it cut out. Okay, now what we have here is a nice little block of wood that is exactly the same shape as my light. So we're going to mark where these holes are here that go into it. We'll get it pre-drilled, and we want to get it to where it'll stick to that. So this is what we're going to put on the camper. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put Velcro on the back of this so I can move this. If I put Velcro on here, I'll be able to move it different places, to the front of the camper, back of the camper, to the side where the door is, or I'll be able to roll it up. I'll have a wire going to it. I'll be able to roll it up and put it inside the camper when I'm traveling or whatever like that. Get it out when I need it, put it back. But it'll kind of be I'll be able to use it for different things, different places in the camper. So we're going to go ahead and get these marked out, these holes. I noticed this lens doesn't go on there real tight anyhow, so we definitely don't want it flying off going down the road. So we'll go ahead and get these holes marked out, and then I'll get them pre-drilled and get me some nice little screws. Okay, we got our holes pre-drilled in this piece here. Now I'm going to drill a hole in the top of this plastic where I want my cord to go in. I hope this all works out. I've never done it before, so we're just trying it and seeing if we can get it to work. Of course, that's about everything I've done to this camper so far. It's just been trial and error. So we're going to go ahead and drill a hole. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll put some silicone and stuff around this later, but what I'll do with this is I'll slip my cord in here and I'll tie that cord off inside of here, and then we'll silicone that real good. It'd be nice if I had one of them little black plugs that would go in there and hold it and keep it from going back and forth. But I don't have any, so I think this will be fine what I'm doing. So we can go ahead. I think we better tie this thing first. I'm going to get a knot in there so it doesn't come back out that hole. So if you're pulling on it, the knot's not going to come back out. So we'll get these stripped down. I'm not sure that you want to see absolutely every step of this, but if you want to do a light like this, it's actually, I think it's going to work out. It should. I'll be able to turn it on and off from outside or turn it on and off from inside, which would be pretty cool, because if you already got in the camper and you want to turn that light off, you'll be able to turn it off from outside. Now I'm going to have to figure out my hot and cold too on here on this piece here. I'll get it figured out. Yeah. I'll just use a little ohm meter on it and check the wire and see which one's hot, which one's cold. Hot and ground, whatever. So now I got 12 foot of cord here. I'm not sure that I'll use all 12 foot, but well, these might be marked. They are marked. Let's see it. One's got lines on it and one doesn't. So we'll be able to tell the difference pretty easy there. We'll do the one with the lines. We'll do it as a hot one. So the one with the lines on it will be the hot one, and then the black one will have no lines on it. So I'm going to go ahead and get these soldered together, and then I'll get you guys back here. We'll do a little shrink wrap on them and get them all soldered together, and I'll be good to go. Okay, we got two good solders there. That's going to work out pretty good. And we got us some shrink wrap here. See if I can find some matches. There you go. We'll go ahead and put our shrink wrap on them. All you're going to do is slide it up on there. Give her a match here. And that's that. That's a nice tight seal, good seal. Get this one on. Do the same thing with it. Give us a match. Nice tight seal. Now we're ready to put it back together, get it mounted on this board, and then figure out what we're going to do here. Okay, this is going to be a little hard for you to see, but they hot glued this piece here in, so that's what I'm going to do to hold these wires down. I'm going to go ahead and hot glue these guys right down to that plastic there. It's not going to hurt anything. They got them down there, so we're going to put them down there. Just so we don't have to worry about them flopping around in there. That should hold them into place good. Let them cool. We're going to do the same thing with these ones here. I'm going to hot glue them in there. Same way. Then we're going to hot glue this wire. Whoops, look at that. Still hot. Let it cool off a couple minutes. Yeah, it's a little better. Now I'm going to hot glue this right in the back of here. And that'll help seal it up too. Keep that from coming in and out. Matter of fact, I probably could push that through, go all the way around it. Then pull it tight up against there. And that should work. That should keep that in there pretty good. You see, I got some glue. I got glue all over the inside, but it ain't gonna hurt this light. Once that cools off, that thing should stay in there. Hopefully it'll keep it from going in and out, you know, the wire. Now, I told you the only reason I'm putting this wire on here, I really didn't want to drill no more holes, and I would love for this light to be able to move it. And that's why I'm putting it on a block of wood. And then I'm going to use the, you know, the, I'll show you here. I got some good, Velcro strips. They hold 3 pounds. This light probably don't weigh a half a pound. With the wood on it, it could weigh a pound. I doubt it though. So that's how I got the wires in there. I just hot glued them all down, so now they're not in my way. That board is going to lay flush up against each one of these screws. Then we're going to put a screw in them. Now, I'm just going to go ahead, let's see. I probably need to primer this and paint it, so I'll go ahead and get that primered and painted. Alright, we got some paint on that piece of wood there. While we're waiting on that to dry, we might as well go ahead and put this little fuse link in here. I'm going to put it right in here, right over top the battery, and if anything shorts out from here up into the camper, it's going to blow this fuse first. So that's what we want. We want to be able to blow the fuse. We don't want to burn the camper up, so this is going to make a good fuse link. I think it'll pay to have this link in here. At least ways I'll feel better anyhow if I have a fuse link in here. So I'm going to go ahead, unhook my terminal here. And then we're going to go ahead and cut this wire off. I have to bring my clippers. I'll get my clippers here. So we'll go ahead and cut this here and here. This is going to be exactly where I need that link to go. So I'll go ahead and cut this zip tie off. We'll strip this one down. We're only going to use so much of it here. We just want enough to go inside that link. So yeah, I'll be happy to get all these little things done so we can start going camping. just slide this in here. Give her a good snug. Now these things just come off of here because that's your fuse. And this is supposed to be waterproof too, so if it gets wet down in here, it's not going to hurt it. So we'll go ahead and strip the other side off the same way. We don't want a lot, we just want enough. Go some, twist that thing a little bit. We'll go ahead and put this one down in here. Oh, better put that ring on there. Looks like I'm gonna have to cut that one off too, that zip tie. We got plenty of zip ties, so we'll be in good shape. Then we give this one a snug. Nope. There we go. Don't forget that thing. Okay. Now we should be able to slide this right in there. Pull this one up. Screw it on. Ooh, scared the heck out of me. Just have a light on in there. Now we got a fuse back on there. We'll get us a little zip tie, a couple zip ties, zip tie that back together. Let me go inside and make sure everything's working. Everything is working just fine. We'll put us a couple more zip ties on that job. And this will be done. Zip ties make a job pretty neat. Just to kind of hold the wires together from flapping around. Now, if you're ever out, I'm going to try to get an extra fuse for this. I think that's a 60 amp in there. I'm going to get a couple extra ones. But let's say we're out there and we're camping and something happens and this fuse blows. And we know what made it blow, we got it fixed, and we don't have any fuses. If you're cooking on the grill and you have a little bit of aluminum foil, you can wrap it around that fuse and it'll work just the same, but it's not going to blow out as if it was a fuse. But it will run everything in your camper. So there's the fuse link. Now we have a fuse link on our trailer, which is going to be nice. And this job is done. So we'll go out. I doubt if our paint is dry yet, but maybe we can find something else to work on until it does get dry. Okay, our piece of wood is semi-dry anyhow. Now on the back of this light, there's a little groove right here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some silicone in this groove, hopefully. I'm going to put some silicone all the way around this thing. That's going to keep any water from getting down inside there. Now if we get a little mess, we just wipe it off on the outside. Should be okay. Just want a tiny little bead of 100% silicone. Now I did the best I could on the painting. I'm trying to get the video done, show you guys how I'm doing it. Sometimes I get in a hurry I hate getting in a hurry, but it's the way it happens. So what we're going to do now is we're going to twist this thing over, set it down here where it needs to go. Get us some of these screws. Thought I had a Phillips here. Grab a Phillips screwdriver. We're going to go ahead and get these screws in here. Okay, we got all the screws in there. I'm going to go ahead and take a paper towel and wipe all this glue and gunk off of it, all that silicone, and then I'm going to grind off the screws on the back. I'll show you here in just a minute what I'm talking about. Let's see, the little screw heads come through, and we don't want that scratch on our camper, so I'll go ahead and nip these off and make sure they're down below the wood. Okay, I went into the automotive department, and this is an extension, and I believe this would be for your trailer. And all it is it's a wire. It's an extension wire for something on a trailer. But I know that they both plug into each other, and they're waterproof. So this would be the same kind of plug-in that would be on the back of your camper, going to your truck, or whatever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this wire in half. And then I'm going to use one part of it coming out of my camper, the one where the red line goes in and it's all black here. This will be my hot wire. Then when it goes into my light, the bare one will be the hot wire and the white one will be my ground. So there won't be no power in this one. There'll be power in that one. So I can plug this light in and unplug it whenever I want. So I'm going to go ahead and get inside the camper, wire this up into the fuse box, slide it out that little place, that little door. You got that little utility door on there on your front where your plug-in is, and this will be inside there. So when I want to run this light, all I got to do is open that up and plug it in, and then I'll have a cord. I can run it to the back of my camper, front of the camper, or use it as a porch light. I got this all wired up now. Don't forget the red one was in the solid tube, the one that you can't touch, because this has power in it now. If it was to touch something, it could short out. So you want to make sure. Now I just went ahead and took some, this is like some lamp wire that you would use on a lamp. I got it in it, I think it was Home Depot. Just going to plug it in here. Now I have a switch inside and I have it on. And there's our light. Now what's cool about this, having it on the wire, I thought, now you guys may think different, I don't know, but I was just trying to figure out where I didn't have to drill no more holes if I could get away with it. And I'll show you how I got it set up here. Now I'm not sure how much of pain this is going to be, but I figured I could throw the wire up over the top of the camper, and then I could hook it right here on the side of my camper, and then I'd have me a light. Now, let's just say we want to go back to the back. Let's go back in the back. We got the light on right there. It don't look bad, and it sticks pretty good. I mean, it's just a piece of Velcro on the camper. Now, this can all be removed. Turn our light on. Now, I'm going to take you guys back here, and then I'm going to bring the light around. I actually measured the cord so it would come all the way back to the back of the camper. So all I got to do is run it right over the top of the camper, bring it back here, set it on here. Now if I wanted to cook or work in the back, I could use the light back here. Now I could put this light just about anywhere I want to put it, because all you got to do is attach it to Velcro. Now I have a canopy too that goes out over top of this or out in front, and I could hook it up in the top of that canopy, put it right over top of our table where we might be eating, or maybe we're playing a game or whatever. So that's kind of why I wanted this light to be kind of universal, so I can use it anywhere in the camper. Now, if I was out along the road And let's just say we got a flat tire. I could pull this light out of the camper and I could just set it right on the ground or have somebody hold it for me and I have light. So I don't know if this was a good idea or a bad idea. If you guys could let me know. I mean, it's just something I thought I could use back here on the side, over the picnic table, over the front where the ice chest is, where the cooler is. All I got to do is put a piece of Velcro anywhere I want and stick this light. And I think I have almost 12 foot of cord there. So it would reach to my canopy. My canopy is only 10 by 10, so it's got enough cord to reach to the center of the canopy to hang it up. So that's going to be our porch light, our universal porch light, or however you want to say it. Now, one more cool little thing about this light is I have a switch inside now on that switch box, and I could turn the light on and off from inside here. So if we end up going to bed and we want the light off, and you don't want to climb out here and turn it off, whether it be on the back of the camper, front, or where, you can turn it on and off from in here. It's another nice thing I thought about the light. So, you know, some of these ideas, I'm not sure whether they're good, bad, you like them or you don't, but I'm sure somebody will leave me a comment and let me know what they think. And I do appreciate the comments, good or bad, I appreciate them. Alright, we got the universal porch light put on. Now, it's set up to where we can use it. And one nice thing is if I don't like the idea, later on I can scrap it. Because it didn't hurt anything. I didn't drill no holes. All I got is some Velcro on the back of the camper, which will come right off. Now I'm going to work on a couple of these reflectors. Now, like I said, somebody left a comment saying there's not enough light on the back of the camper. And this is one of the things that you can do to give you a little bit more, you know, so somebody will see you. Now, putting these on your camper, these little reflectors, are not going to hurt anything because they're just stickers. They'll come right back off. So it's not a big deal. It's not like you're drilling a hole or anything in it. So I'll wipe them down with a little bit of alcohol. Dry them off a little bit. I'm going to put 3 reflectors on this. 2 on each side of this box. 1 on each side and 1 in the back. And this is going to help be more visible at night. Especially for this box sitting out here by itself. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick them right on the bottom of this box the best that I can. And hopefully, if somebody comes from the side, they'll be able to see that reflector. It might not be the prettiest thing, but it might save us from somebody hitting our box in the back. Easy fix and not very expensive. Now, this light bar, I didn't know whether I wanted to put it on the camper or put it out here on the back of this box. I wasn't really sure. So I haven't made up my mind on this bar where I'm going to put it yet, whether it's going to be on the camper or it's going to be on the box. So I'm going to think about that one for a little bit, because if I take this box off, that light's not going to help me, because the light is actually going to have a plug-in on it, the same type of plug-in that we put on the I had intended on putting this plug-in on there, the same one that we put on the porch light. And that was so we could unplug the box and pull it off if we didn't want the box on there and the light was out here in the back. So I haven't made up my mind what I'm going to do on that yet, but if you guys got any suggestions, I'd be more than glad to hear what you have to say. So this is going to be the pretty much the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed everything. Leave me some comments. Tell me what you think about that porch light. I'm kind of like on the edge about the porch light. I mean, I'll drill the holes and put them in the camper if I have to, but I kind of like the universal part about it, being able to put it just about anywhere I want on the camper. So tell everybody thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me thumbs up, thumbs down, and a comment if you'd like. Until next time.